Welcome everybody. Yes, this is the same setting as my last video, and again, isn't this so much better than just looking out the back window of my car as I'm driving around? I think so. So this is basically my workspace until I go back and start working at the model. It's quiet besides all of the nature that I hear outside. It's super invigorating, so I'm loving the atmosphere in here. One thing that I wanted to talk about is a comment that I just got from somebody. So this is somebody that's going to be starting new construction sales. They're concerned about when they start, they're going to kind of forget about everything that they've learned up until this point. So somebody's going to come into the model and ask them questions, and they're not going to be able to answer, and they're going to be fumbling their words, and they're not going to know how to show them around the model. And you know, that's just butterflies. And I think as it actually happens and people actually come into the model, you're going to be nervous on your first one, your first few, and that's just natural. There's no worries with that whatsoever. I know when I first started, I had the same thing. There was a lot of things that I didn't know about new construction home sales. So people would ask questions and I would have to get back to them a lot of times, and that's a great sales tool. Follow-up is a huge part of sales. So it's okay to tell somebody that I'm new, I'm just starting, so I don't have all of the answers. If there's something that I don't know, I will get back to you as soon as possible with the answer. I can tell you in the long run with clients, they may not always just be choosing the one that's got the most experience. They're gonna go with who they like, who they trust, who they know is working hard for them. So if there's things that you don't know that you need to get back to them on, and you're finding out that stuff right away, you're getting back to them the next day, you're working your butt off for them, they like that. They're probably gonna go with you over the guy that he knows everything, but he hasn't followed up with them in 2 weeks. They asked him questions, wanted him to get pricing to them. It's been 3 weeks now since he's done anything for them. So be hungry. Be motivated, and that's going to be the most important factor with sales. So, you know, I don't think you really need to be nervous about fumbling with words and, you know, how do I bring them through the model? I mean, you can certainly practice. You can practice just like what I'm doing right now. Set up your camera and have a introductory type greeting that you want to have with people, something that you can use over and over. Have a story that's going to talk about why you and your builder are different from the others, and what you and your builder offer that the others don't, or what you and your builder specialize in. This is something that I would recommend writing a script and then talk into the camera. Watch yourself, say it. Watch yourself, say it over and over again until you get this story into your head. It's just like memorizing a song or anything else. When you were in school, you had to memorize things. It's the same type of thing. So I think if you do something like this where you've got a little script with your introduction story, with just your introduction period, if you've got those two things down, that's going to instill and make you feel pretty confident. So if people are then asking questions that you don't know, that's okay. You can let them know, you know what, I don't know. Specifically, I don't want to say the wrong thing, so let me find out and get back to you, and I'll make sure to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Nobody's going to have any beef with you doing that. So I wouldn't be nervous about just starting. You're naturally going to be nervous because you're on a different stage now. You're talking with people regarding things that you may not know a ton about. So it's going to be natural that you're going to be a little bit nervous. And you know, one of the most important things is, don't be nervous about fumbling a lot of your words. Don't say a whole lot. Have your introduction. You know, you can talk about, when the time comes up, your story and what makes you different from the others. You don't want to just, hi, I'm Jason. Welcome to our model. Would you like me to show you around? And then just go right into your story. That's too much talking up front. That might be too overpowering for people. Introduce yourself. Ask them, hey, would you like me to show you around the house? That would be a good way to start off, just, you know, naturally kind of talking with them, getting a conversation going. Once it comes up, you can kind of go into your story as how you and your builder are different from the others. But really, you shouldn't be doing a whole lot of talking. The number one thing that you want to be doing is listening. And make sure that if you're setting up a meeting with somebody and they're coming to your model, have your pen in your pocket, have your notepad in your hand. You want to make sure to write everything down so that you've got all of the proper information to move forward with them. So the number one thing is you don't want to be doing a ton of talking. If they're asking you questions, of course you need to answer those questions to the best of your ability or get back to them in a timely manner. But for the most part, you want to be listening. And I'll go a step further. So if you're just starting off, have a certain outline that you're going to follow for anytime somebody comes into the sales model. Number one, first portion of the outline would be introducing yourself, asking them if you would like them to show them through the model. Number two, have some basic questions. If they're not talking about this, and maybe they will be, so you can just write it down, but if they're not talking about some of these things, as follows: are you looking for a ranch or for a two-story home? Do you need 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms? How many bathrooms do you need in the home? When are you thinking about building the home? You know, have some of those basic questions that you're asking. They're giving you information, the information that you need to be able to steer them in the right direction. And have this stuff on your notebook. You can have an outline on your notebook, so you can make a little note, introduction. Then beneath that, ask these questions. How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? Ranch or two-story? Subdivision or larger piece of, have a little list of questions that you want to ask. And then have a little prompt for your story. You can always ask, hey, do you mind if I just kind of go over what the difference is between us and the other builders that are out there? They're definitely going to want to hear that. They may have not thought to ask that, but that's something that they want to know. That's something that everybody wants to know. What makes you different from the others? If you do some of those things, I think that will help you, make you a little bit more comfortable. And then it's just routine. So as more time goes by and you've been doing this over and over again, it's just going to become natural to you, and away you go. So I hope that helps answer that question. If you've got any other questions, leave them in the comments below. If you find this video useful, give me a thumbs up, share it with somebody in the industry. I really appreciate it. Thank you and God bless.